welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Suzanne and I am a stay-at-home mom to 3 girls. On my channel, I like to post content that is related to lifestyle, motherhood, cleaning, DIY. So if you are new and you like what you watched today, or you might have seen another video, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around so I can have you join my YouTube family. I've decided for the month of March, I'm going to do March Makeovers, which basically is just going to entail small makeovers throughout my home. I really want to stress and kind of normalize that you do not have to have a huge budget or some massive makeover plan or remodeling budget or anything crazy to make over your space and enjoy it even more. Each week I'll do a separate video. One week or 2 weeks will be a 2-parter because I am making over the playroom and just turning it into like a rec room. And that took a while because we had some construction stuff to do on top of just decor stuff. The rooms that I'm going to make over in my series, we're going to start with today's video, which will be a laundry room makeover. And then I'm going to do a bedroom makeover for my teenage daughter, or my stepdaughter. She is almost 18 years old, so I wanted to do a makeover for her room and just kind of organize things a little bit. I got a few things to add, but I didn't really do a whole lot because it's her style and her space. And then for my last 2 weeks of the series, it's going to be part 1 and part 2 of the playroom. I do want to say that you can start today. Don't keep putting it off. I was putting off making over some of these areas because I felt I didn't have everything I needed, or I was just waiting for that one thing. Don't wait. If you have even a few things that you can get started right away, I would just go ahead and do it. I think we get so used to watching all those home makeover shows. Everything happens all at once, or it looks like it happens all at once, when in reality it can take a really long time to put your spaces together. So I want to stress in these videos that just start today with what you've got. If it takes some time for you to curate your space or find that one item that you're looking for, maybe you need to go to thrift stores or wait for something to pop up on Facebook Marketplace, or maybe it's just not in your budget. You'll notice in today's video, I changed clothes a lot because I didn't do this all in one day. I had one day where I was painting, one day where I had to go do the shelves. Some of that is just because I'm a parent, have kids who need things, and I can't just take my whole day to do something. But also it's just because I didn't have everything I needed all at one time. If you're watching this series, and hopefully it'll inspire you to do whatever you can with what you've got for your own space right now. It doesn't all have to happen at once. It doesn't all have to happen in one day. The only video I'm going to show you that happened pretty much all at one time was the makeover for my stepdaughter's room, and that was only because I was waiting to surprise her. So while she was at school for the day, I did everything that day and made it like a surprise. But that is the only reason I had everything done that day. Do what you can with what you've got. Make your space special. If you have some things now, a lot of the time I just shop my house and kind of give everything a refresh just with what I have at my house. But whatever you need to do, start today, make it special today, and then as you find those extra things that you might need or that you're looking for or that you have to wait and budget for, then you can do those things down the road. But don't wait to love your space. Having said that, today's video is going to be a laundry room refresh / makeover. Our laundry room is in the garage. We don't have a garage anymore. We actually converted our garage into a room. It also gave me a designated laundry room. In the before video that you saw, that was a few months ago. I have painted the pegboard since then, but it really hasn't changed very much. Some of the clutter might have moved around, but that's pretty much what it looked like when I started. I really wanted to fix a few things. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I have pictures that I hung up that I already owned. I had shelves that I hung up that I already had that I wasn't using. A lot of the things that I'm using are things that I've already had here at my house. I don't really even think I bought anything, maybe the paint. I definitely bought the paint for the floor, but other than that, I don't even think I bought anything. It's just going to be a refresh of my laundry room to make it a little bit more functional, add a little bit more shelf space, a little bit more storage, and just kind of make it a little prettier because I did not like how it looked before. There's some holes in the wall that I'm not going to patch right now, but I didn't want to keep looking at them. I also have some storage on the other side that I could declutter and kind of go through. I really wanted to paint the floor and have it look cohesive and cleaner than just the cement garage floor that was there. I did the best I could with what I have. I do have to say, I love the space so much now, and it really does make doing laundry a lot more enjoyable. There are some things I would still like to do out there, but for now, having started and spent hardly any money, I really love the space, and I'm really glad I didn't wait until I had everything that I really wanted to do. I'm glad I started, and I can enjoy the space even more just using what I had on hand. We will get started in the video, and I will talk you through it, show you what I did, and then show you the after when it's all done. I'm gonna start by just emptying everything out of the laundry room area. So this isn't near as cluttered as it was when I showed you the before at the beginning of the video, but it still has a lot going on in here. There are some things that need to stay, so I have to keep the litter box out here. I do have to keep my vacuuming and cleaning stuff out here, the dog food, and all my bags of gift bags. So even though unfortunately that's not anything I would like to have in plain view, I do have to have that stuff out just because I have nowhere else to put it. So this room is kind of spare storage as well. So we're gonna get everything cleaned out so that way I have access to the floor and I can start my painting, and then we will go from there. The paint that I purchased is special paint made for concrete and garage floors. It's a 1-part epoxy, and I got it in a darker gray color. I did paint the lower part of the floor before, and then I just didn't like it. It was way too light, and you could see dirt and stuff really easily. So this is a darker color. I like it a lot better. I think that it does a great job of hiding imperfections, but it's not too dark, so it doesn't feel cave-like, I guess. And I'm really glad that I went ahead and painted because it really makes everything feel more finished, especially doing this top part up here. It just kind of makes it feel bigger actually, and just cleaner all around. So I'm very glad that I went ahead and painted. The cost of the paint was about $32, and I have a ton left over. So I don't know if I'm going to end up using the rest of it. Unfortunately, I couldn't buy anything smaller than that, but it was worth it to go ahead and purchase it anyways, just to do the little bit that I needed, and I'm sure I can find use for it somewhere else down the road. Continue on with the painting. I wanted to paint the back of the door that leads out into the garage. It just gets dirty really easily. You can see by the door handle, I clean all the time and it still shows a lot of dirt. Also the cat door is here. So having a white door, it just wasn't really working out. This is just a beige color that I already had laying around the house. So I went ahead and added a coat of paint as well. Now we're going to declutter. I have all these bags of shopping bags, just reusable shopping bags, and extra bags and cooler bags. So I wanted to go through those and just kind of pare those down to what I really needed. I moved some of those into my entryway closet so that way I have access to them when I'm getting ready to go shopping. And then the rest of them I can store in the laundry room, but I just had way too many. And then I also didn't show it, but I went through my gift wrapping bag as well and got rid of a lot of that or moved it around too. Once the painting and decluttering were done, I was ready to go ahead and just move things back in and decorate again. I did wash my rug that says laundry room. I love this rug. The colors were perfect and it wasn't that expensive. I got it on Amazon, so I can try to link it down below if you are interested. But I just wanted to move everything back in now to see what I was working with. Like I said, some stuff has to be here, like the litter box, But overall, I tried to pare everything down as much as I could so that I didn't have as much clutter. I also put the dog food in a Rubbermaid container. I need to get a new one. This lid doesn't fit properly, but for now it does the trick. Now I'm going to hang up my shelves. These were just some spare shelves and brackets that I had. I had taken them down from somewhere else in the house and had just been laying around. So I decided to put these up in the laundry room because I really wanted extra storage and I wanted to have my laundry essentials right by the washer and dryer. They were on the opposite side, which wasn't horrible, but they were kind of getting mixed up with all the cleaning stuff and I had to start digging around looking for things. So now I have everything ready to go on my shelves right where I need them, and they're very handy, and I also think it looks a lot nicer too. Organize everything. I had these baskets left over when I decluttered my closet and I held on to them because they're very nice and I think they look really pretty. They don't really match the two that I found, but they look close enough alike that they still work well in the space. I'm just going to put all of my laundry things in both of these baskets. That way I have everything handy. Some of the stuff that I keep in here is just baking soda for my floors and the litter box. It's like a deodorizing baking soda. And then I also keep my stain removers, Lysol. I've got dryer sheets in here, extra cleaning supplies, and then my laundry strips as well. So those are nice to have. I keep my wool laundry balls in here too. I love the way that this turned out. I think that it looks a lot nicer. It's so nice to have the storage and have everything right there over the washer and dryer so I can just grab it really easily. I had this vase with some leaves in it, so I decided to put that up for extra decoration. And then I put my laundry detergent in some glass jars so that way it looked a little bit prettier. I also poured my laundry scent powder into a jar. I have some clothespins too, so I went ahead and put those in a jar as well. The jars that I had were just leftover pasta jars that I had laying around and I cleaned. I love reusing glass jars like this because one, I think that it helps cut down on the trash that we have, and also I think that glass jars just make everything look a lot prettier and more decorative. Finished product. Again, things just look a lot more organized, they're a lot easier to get to, and I really love the overall effect that it created. I put my signs that I had back to the left hand side to cover up a hole that was there, and I think it just made everything look so much nicer. What I'm going to do now is put up a curtain because I feel like this area to the left is just visual clutter. We still need to be able to get to those things, so we can't wall it off, unfortunately. But I had these blackout curtains left over that my stepdaughter didn't want to use anymore, and they happen to be the perfect color almost. So I bought a tension rod for a couple dollars from Walmart, and I put that across the wall. And then I hung up these curtains, and I think it made a huge difference. This is the after. Everything looks so much nicer and more cohesive. I do still have some decluttering that I can do, but overall I think things look a lot more put together. I love that there's not so much visual clutter. It does stink that I have to have some stuff out here, and I wish I could put it somewhere else so it wasn't so tight in here, but this is just the way that it is. The floors turned out beautifully. Everything came together really nicely. The colors still kind of go. They match the rest of the house. The back of the door still looks nice too. I'll probably put a mat on the floor, but this is just how the area looks right now. So very pleased with everything. Just to kind of go through stuff really quickly, I do have some things over here that are being stored that I will move. These towels or just extra towels that we use if we have spills or we need to clean things up in the house. So I like to have those washed and ready to go if I need them. I keep my lint container up here for the laundry. And then in the baskets, I have my cleaning supplies. These are just floor cleaners, disinfecting cleaners, and that kind of thing. Next to that, I have this Battery Daddy battery organizer. So if you have a lot of batteries like I do, I really recommend this to keep everything organized and easy to find. And then in this last basket, I have bleach and some dehumidifier and just some extra storage, some stuff that needs to go to the Goodwill. So all of that is in this basket. And then next to that, I have my tools. I have a toolbox and then a little tool bag too with wrenches and stuff. Down below is just more storage. Again, things that I need that I can't really find a spot for. So I just use the back of the wall for now. And then here's my bag of gift wrapping. And then I have a bag of some more bags next to it. Down here on the dog food, I keep my floor or my handheld vacuum, and then I keep Eleanor's stroller next to that, and then a pot. Over here is my vacuum cleaning stuff. I've got all the attachments hanging up and the vacuum head, and then I put my extra wreaths for the holidays up here so they stay nice and fluffy and they don't get smushed when it is out of season. And then you can see my curtain rod with the curtains hanging on it turned out really nicely. It hides the clutter perfectly. I keep my vacuum here plugged in all the time, and it has a spot right over here with the outlet, but I can hide it. Again, here's the area with the shelves. I hung up these two signs to kind of hide holes in the wall or just areas of imperfection. Probably need to get a bigger sign here or fix the hole, but for now, I think it looks nice enough. And then here are the shelves all put together. I love how those turned out. It created the perfect amount of storage and also made things look better aesthetically. I have extra shelves that I'm storing right over here for now, so those will have to stay there, unfortunately. And like I said, I've got the cat litter, which isn't fun, but that's where it lives. And then we have this spare door, which we have to take back to Home Depot. So I'm just putting that over here for now as well. The floors turned out beautifully. Everything looks so much nicer painted and a lot more cohesive. And I just think the room turned out really pretty overall. It's not a huge makeover. It's not some massive before and after, but it's definitely enough to make a difference. And I really love how the space turned out. And I actually like spending time in my laundry room now. So very pleased with it overall. That's gonna do it for my laundry room makeover and the first video in my March Makeover series. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you. I hope maybe it gave you some ideas of ways that you can refresh your space for not a lot of money. And again, like I said, you don't have to have everything all at one time to do it. Start now with what you've got, and that will allow you to start enjoying your space sooner. And then sooner or later, you will find everything that you want or everything that you need or that you can budget for, and it will all come together. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you join my YouTube family, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video for my March Makeover series.